I did a few videos this year of different wedding makeup looks that I wanted to try because I recently got married and I wanted to do a video talking about the wedding experience and what went well, what could have been improved upon, and I'm going to recreate my look today because I did my own makeup and have a little chat about weddings and prices in general because weddings are crazy expensive. We were very lucky where I'm pretty sure we spent under $1,000 for all the food and everything like that. But we wanted to elope, kind of just very small wedding. And one of the places where we live, it's a horticultural center. To enter, the fee is like $30. And as soon as the email went out of wedding, can we get married here? Oh, all of a sudden you have to have a table with a cloth on it and you can stay in that area. And it's like $1,200 just to be there for 2 hours. What? So I wanted to just chat about the savings again, what went well, what didn't, because usually on social media, we see the really big weddings. But anyways, let's get right into it. Obviously, first thing is first, clipping the hair back. Now, I wore the Milk Makeup tint in the shade 2 on the day, but I mixed it. So I'm not going to wear the other foundation I mixed in it because I will tell you in a bit, but I mixed shade 2 with a bit of the Makeup by Mario bronzing and shaping serum in the shade Light because I have been out in the sun. It's July now and my face is a little tan from outdoor runs and walks and all that. So it was a glowy light base makeup. And I didn't buy anything special for the wedding day. In terms of makeup, I did buy this blush by Rare Beauty in the shade Joy with the intention of wearing it on the day. But really, I didn't buy any special lipsticks or perfume, and that helped keep the cost down. Now, let's talk about the good first, because it was a really beautiful day. Like, nothing went wrong per se at all, but there's definitely, now that I've done it, I know where things could have been improved upon or maybe would have been better executed, stuff like that. So the good. One of the nice things about having a low-key wedding is we just got ready in the morning together. My friend was visiting from Scotland, so she was here too, and her and I sat out on our patio and had coffee and just relaxed for the morning. I am one of those people where if something, a lot's going on in the day, it just runs through my mind until it happens. So I wouldn't say I was relaxed, but just because there was a lot going on that day, I wasn't stressed too much about the event. It was more just, there's a lot going on today. We're technically hosting a dinner party for 15 people. Never done that before. Emotions, a lot of emotions are going to be coming up. Oh my God. But that was just a really beautiful, nice start to the day. And then I'm going to go in with Tower 28 in DTLA. This is my summer shade. It's very close to my natural skin tone because I didn't want too much highlighter on my face in terms of concealer, powder, because I have a bit of a tan going on. Sometimes that just looks ashy or what's another word? It just looks wrong on top of the skin. It's like, oh, that is not the correct shade. And actually, I didn't even do this on the wedding day. I put it on my hand. I worked from the brush. So I had really small, light layers, and I was able to build and blend. I can't believe I remembered that on the wedding day, and then I forget to do it here. So we got married. It was only 15 minutes from our house, and it's at the local university, and they have a gardens there, and it's small walkways, and then you go out to a clearing and there's lots of trees and flowers and bushes. Really, really beautiful. And you know what's, oh my God. You know what's even better about that? It was free. Free. So we had what are they called? The commissioner person. Is that the right word? The marriage commissioner? She came, she was lovely. She even passed me a tissue at one point when I started crying. Oh no. And we just had a very few amount of people there because we, to tell you the truth, didn't want a lot of people. Like, showing emotion around a lot of people is just not for me. No, thank you. I'd rather avoid it. But it was nice to have the people that were there with us. And again, it was free. Not the marriage commissioner. She was like 100 and something. Now, I did do quite a few layers of bronzer, which I usually don't do. But you know what? I loved the look on the day. I did start out with the same Makeup by Mario, just around, because it gives beautiful shape to the skin, but it is this serum-like texture. Not the most long wearing, but it does give beautiful shape to the face. So I definitely wanted this on for like a summer bronzy type of look. Whenever I put this on my face too, it just feels so hydrating. It's a beautiful product. And then really just went around the face in this sort of motion. Because that's another thing I wanted. I wanted everything really blended out, kind of natural looking, but still feeling like me. And I think that was a good thing about doing my own makeup, is that I felt like myself. And then I'm going to go in with one of my new favorite bronzers, even though I've had this for quite a while. This is the Sunkissed bronzer by Nudestix. So it has this red tone in it that makes it incredibly natural looking on the skin. And especially if you just use a little amount, sheer it out, it's really beautiful. So I really like concentrated it here and on the forehead, just for further building of the colors, the textures, the longevity. And then we blend it out and using the same brush too. Another thing that went like so well is we had our dinner at my aunt's and uncle's house, and they have a lot larger home that they live in than we do. We were considering having everyone over for dinner, like almost open house style. My friend Mary has like an open house for her birthday, so people can just pop in when they have time. It's on Christmas Eve, so it's nice that people like come around. Because our place is small, people would have had to leave, and we would have had to have like sections of time that people would be able to come. We didn't want that, so to either rent a house or to do it in a family home, you know, maybe a grandparent's, or just have a picnic at the local park if that works too. Paying for these spaces is also just such a huge expense. And that allowed us to like really go out on the food. So we got like really nice cheeses and meats and veggies and bread with oil and vinegar, and you dip the bread in. Oh my God, it was so good. So that was the stuff that was really important to us, rather than like a formal ceremony, you know, and spending the money on like the space rather than maybe the experience. And we were very lucky to be offered that we could have it there, have our dinner at our family's place. I'm just gonna add in the brow gel. So we're going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was great. I got my eyebrows done the week before, so then I didn't have to put in any eyebrow product for like coloring and filling in. It was just the gel to keep them in place all day. That took off like a lot of stress, because listen, uneven eyebrows happen, but to have someone else do your eyebrows, so then on the day you just put some gel in, woohoo, loved it. I also didn't do fluffy brows. I just put the gel in, kind of smoothed it all down. So hopefully in 10 years time, I won't look back and be like, oh, that was way too 2025, that makeup. Now, I've had this for a long time, MAC Prep and Prime. I don't go anywhere, so I don't really need to use like a primer to keep my lipstick on. I did use this on the day. I don't think it made a difference, but I got it for free, so I use it. Another thing that went really well is we did a signature cocktail. I know that's usually at bigger weddings, but it's a cocktail from an Ina Garden cookbook, and we love it so much. It's so summery, lots of lemon, there's some vodka in there, some limoncello, a little bit of sparkling water. So it's very, I was gonna say light, but it is quite a heavy alcoholic drink. But it was nice just to, as people came in, we served them a drink, and getting to greet them that way was really special, I think. We love cocktails. We don't have them very much, but they're sweet, they're delicious and refreshing. So that's something that went really well. Really, really well. Okay, so as I said, I used Rare Beauty's Joy. This is a dewy blush, but it's peachy. I know it looks orange. Hang on, let me show you. That looks like quite orange, but it's a peachy orange, which I actually looked up on the internet, and they say if you have lighter skin to go peach on your wedding day, and then if you have a darker skin tone, go more coral color. So, I guess because it's kind of natural, I don't know. But I just applied a little bit of this up in here into that like bronzer. So the browns and the oranges and the reds just melt together. A little bit into the eye. We don't want anything sticking out too much on top of the nose. And I had to do my makeup quick, which was one of the things that I would change, you know, now that I know better. While it was a nice relaxing morning, it was a little too relaxing because I left my shower a little late, and then by the time I was like blow drying my hair, I sat down to do my makeup, and I was like, I have an hour to do my makeup, put my dress on, and style my hair. Luckily, my friend was styling my hair, and she is great, so that was good, but it still felt like, oh my God, I don't have enough time. And this is not the day that you want to be doing that. So what I would do differently is I would definitely shower in the morning, kind of start getting ready, so you have 45 minutes, maybe an hour until you have to go, because you don't want to be stressed on this day because there's already going to be stress anyways. So don't relax too much, get ready so you don't have to be rushing your makeup. You don't want to rush your makeup or your hair. Now I did decide to do some eyeshadow, very light and easy. I just used this really warm light brown shade from MAC. This is in soft brown. And then I also used a really fluffy brush. So it would just be like a watercolor across my eye, just so there was definition for pictures. And I looked a little more fancier than my everyday regular makeup, because I don't usually do eyeshadow. Now, another thing that went really well, good choices on our part. We just got a cake from a local bakery, and they do fantastic cakes, you know, where it's like really thin sponge and then cream, and then there was lemon curd, and then there's just a bunch of small layers. So it was perfect for the season. And a cake that served 24 to 28 people was $100. Like, that seems reasonable. Like, aren't wedding cakes usually a couple hundred? So if you can, avoid saying wedding at all costs. For the bouquet, wedding kind of had to be said. All of a sudden, the bouquet is $100. And you're like, for what? It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will try to insert a picture here. If not, it was sunflowers with lavender, eucalyptus, and baby's breath. So one, it smelled really good. It was just really pretty, I thought. It felt very much like me. I'm not kidding with the wash of color. Super light, super easy. Then I took a clean brush and just went over to make sure. Like, do you see how sloppily I'm doing this? This is how I did it on the day. I was not being precious because I only had an hour. And then because I did want some sparkle, I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This came out last Christmas. I used the pink shade because it had a finer like glitter to it. So you don't get pink so much on the eye. It's just this really beautiful light wash of like sparkle. And speaking of our wedding cake, we also got some wedding toppers from like the Nintendo shop, and it's Mario and Princess Peach, and they're in a wedding outfit. And they were so cute. So they're actually for like the games. They unlock different features in some of the Nintendo Switch games. But we're like, you know, we don't have a lot of traditional like wedding stuff going on, so let's get these cake toppers. It's actually in my last video, my last chit chat video. I will leave that in the description box down below. But they were so cute. And now we get to keep them as a memento of the wedding. Because there's not really a lot of other mementos that you get, right? And they're just so cute. I love Peach and I love Mario too, but I love Peach. So around this time, I'm starting to get a little sweaty. Makeup's starting to soak in with the skincare. You're getting a little glowy. Now we go in for powder. I did get this little Easy Bake powder just because I needed something a little grippier, something that's going to keep the shine away and really keep my makeup in place. I almost bought the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, but it was just expensive, and I was like, I don't think I need to do this. I need a loose setting powder that's really good, so I got the small one to test it out, and I do like it, so I'll probably buy the bigger one in the future. But I just went with a very light layer. I didn't want to feel too makeup-y, but I didn't want to look like a giant grease ball either. If you do want to look like a giant grease ball, hell yeah, amazing. We all have different wants from our makeup. Okay, so another good thing we did was we ordered, it's called Dial a Driver. So we drove to my aunt's house because it's like a 35-minute drive away. And we looked into it. Getting a taxi there, it was like $80, very expensive. Or we did Dial a Driver, which is you drive to the venue, and if you have drinks, you book them. They come at a specific time, 2 people in one car, and then one of the people will drive your car home, and then the other car will follow, right? I hope that makes sense. But so we saved money on transportation. The guy was very safe, and it was just, it's nice to be able to drive somewhere. You know, sometimes taxis, they cancel, they don't come. It was just nice to have this secured vehicle, ours, to get us to where we had to go. And I will probably link this in the description box as well. But in my last video for trying different makeup looks, I had a commenter say that putting the Tower 28 blush on top of the Rare Beauty blush just made it look very bridal. So I did go with that. And you know what? Again, it's helping to blur and to set. It's also this warm color. This is in Long Beach Iced Tea. Just adds a bit of earthy rosiness. And I think it looks really nice. Okay, now this isn't a very long list for what I would do differently if I would have known this sort of stuff. But listen, how could I have known? So I already said about maybe relaxing a bit too much in the morning. Shouldn't have done, should have just like started showering, kind of getting ready slowly so there's no stress. But actually on that, I would have practiced my makeup one more time. I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty lip liner to line my lips while I tell you the story. Because, like I said, I added some makeup by Mario because my face was a little more tan. I wish that I would have practiced like the week before, just so I would see how the makeup's looking on my skin again. You want to know what's also not great? Pimples. So many pimples before I got married. I was so angry. I was so upset. Like, even I went to the washroom while we were having dinner and I noticed this massive pimple. Like, this might be too much information. You know, one of the ones that like is just a whitehead where you pop right away. There wasn't a lot of like gunk in it. And I was like, that wasn't there this morning. How did you get here? So I don't know if it was stress from writing that exam, which I was talking about in my last video, which again will be down below. But no, like my makeup sat good on top of the pimples, but it was still just like, why? Why? And luckily, adding sun-kissed worked out, but what if it didn't work out? And then I would have had to wipe off all my makeup. And then, oh my God, I have lost like 15 minutes of my time doing my makeup that I have to redo. That would not have been good. If you're taking any inspiration from this video, and you're like me, you love doing your own makeup and you would do your own makeup for your wedding day, just set some time aside the week before and practice your makeup again. And then I blended the lip liner out with just a little brush, trying to keep makeup off my fingers. And then I went in with MAC Honeylove. This is a peachy nude beige. Oh, also, my lips were so dry and cracked. Listen, like we have the photos and I'm a little scared to look at them because there's just certain things where I think there's so much going on. And so, you kind of drop off the extra work you got to do. Apparently, moisturizing my lips was one of them. And of course, MAC Fix Plus. Nice dousing. Because we don't want to look like we have powder, makeup unblended. This just does the work for you. And I do have a few left, so let me get through it while I do my eyelashes. In my head, I was like, well, I don't want to be waiting around all day because we'll just be like watching TV. We're not going to do anything in the morning. So let's get married at 11. I didn't realize most people get married later in the day and like you go straight to dinner. I don't know where I got this from. So one, it was nice to get married earlier in the day because there wasn't as many people in the gardens. There was no one. I saw no one. So that was really nice. But then you have this awkward time until you go and eat. We did go out for sushi, which was really nice, kind of to decompress with everyone and sit down, put your feet up in a sense. Also get some food because, when you get married, you don't want to have to be cooking. Well, we did. Anyways, if I were to give advice, you don't have to get married in the morning. Maybe do it after lunch. Okay, another thing was my dress it wasn't sheer, but it wasn't a dress that was like thick and robust. It was very summery, very light. It was a little bit bodycon, but I went to the mall to get like boob tape, right? And we had been away until the night before we got married. Yeah. And so I had to walk down to the mall because I had been in a car all day and I was like, I need some steps. I need to stretch my legs. And I went to get like some nipple covers or boob tape. And then on the day, because I was running behind a bit, I didn't even use them. I used the nipple covers because it would have been obvious. But I wish I had learned how to put on those things that yank you up because I am not someone who doesn't wear a bra. I always wear a bra. It makes me feel more comfortable. The dress kind of like kept them in, but it was something where I was like, I'm not wearing a bra on my wedding. This is a choice. I have made lots of choices and this is a choice. Another thing was I had my nails painted red the week before. And then I took it off the night that we got home, the night before the wedding, because I wanted to paint them this really beautiful sparkly pink. It was OPI collection with Wicked. It was like Galinda, the shade is called. It's so beautiful. And as I got that shade, I was like, I want to wear this on my wedding day. Now, fast forward to the night before and just being exhausted from a 5-hour road trip and getting stuff ready when we got home. I didn't paint my nails. I did take the nail polish off, so my nails were just bare. It's not the end of the world, but that was something I wish I put in more time. I think I should have gotten gel the week before and gotten something very light like, you know, those chrome kind of colors, or just like a neutral, because I did have a really busy week up until the wedding where I didn't really have time to paint my nails. And that's just, you know, looking back, you learn the lessons, but that's okay. I am glad I did take the red nail polish off though, because it wouldn't have worked with my wedding dress, which was just from Aritzia. It was a blue dress, or it is a blue dress. I put in a little more mascara. And listen, so this was the mascara I used on the wedding day. I didn't even have to get the waterproof version. I just used this. I had 2 cries during the day and no smears, no nothing. It was perfect. Listen, this is the mascara to beat. It is under $10. You can cry in it and it doesn't ruin your makeup. Maybe not heavy sobs, but you know, a few tears, a few happy tears. It builds up pretty nice. It's a good mascara. Okay, and the last thing. So I don't like when like lipstick gets in your lip gloss, you know, in the tube and then you can see it. I don't know. It's just a thing for me. I don't like it. And this is a new lip gloss for me. I haven't had it for very long. And you can see like the honeylove lipstick in here. Ow, it just makes me sad. You can see it on that applicator. I thought I wouldn't mind doing this all night. I didn't put lip gloss on for the ceremony because I thought I don't want the lipstick to move. So I was gonna have a nice glossy lip for the night. But my God, you're eating so much, you're talking so much, it just doesn't stay on. So either just do a lip gloss or do a lipstick that you would like to keep reapplying, or liquid lipstick, I don't know. But I'm sad that I ruined it. I know it's not ruined, but in my mind, I'm like, I don't like it. Those were just some lessons I learned and what things went really well and really stood out to me when I got married, which still sounds insane. Like, what do you mean? We had an absolutely amazing day that felt very true to us and fun for us. And we're so grateful for the amount of people who helped out. Definitely both of our moms went around the day before the wedding, like picking up the cake and the cheese and the meat and helping out with buying things. We're very lucky for that. It was such an amazing day and it was so nice. I remember everything that happened because I wasn't too overloaded with like people or planning. We really got to enjoy our day, which is really nice. What was your wedding like? Please tell me down below. Now that I've been through it, I kind of understand why people enjoy weddings. Before I was like, oh, I don't know. You're usually like so hot and you have sweat running down your back, and just kind of a chit-chatty video. I wanted to show you this wedding look again and let you know how the day went. If you have any questions about how we made decisions, what we did, yeah, if you have any questions about what we did, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm so excited that it's summer and it's getting hot out, so we're going to be having lots of fun videos coming up. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!